start with sales. Under sales, we have three folders, a simple setup. See, for example, input, you'll have, say, the images of the particular images or PDF versions of the particular vouchers that you wanted to import across. And once it is gets completed, it will go into a completed stage. And the temp is a folder where the output of the execution gets captured. So, and how to execute this? To execute this, we have a bin folder. If you want to execute sales voucher to tally sales voucher, you just click here. So this, let me just open that image again. First image is processed, the second one is getting executed from a sales perspective. Sales voucher looks like this. It is being provided by GreyBudz has sold it to XYZ blocks, and it has provided 5 hash and 0.5 mm rod. The total amount for that voucher comes down to say 31,078 is the amount. It also has a breakup of SGST and CGST from a tax perspective. This could be an auto calculator or could be extracted and implemented, imported as well. Now we go in to see how it got imported into Tally or not. Go to XYZ blocks as I mentioned. So you'll see three entries that are coming from these three vouchers. Each of these entries have additional details. In this case, the sales under the narration, the whole details are captured. What is it? What is it sales? What is the invoice number that has been provided in the voucher? And what is the party against which this has been raised across, and what is the amount? So all of these details have got captured and we put it into the system. Now, similar sales vouchers are created for all of them. Let's move on to a purchase. We'll have an entry. In this case, it's a purchase request that has been raised by UTZ supplier who supplies the hardware to GreyBudz for an amount of 55,132 in this case for a 0.5 mm rod that has been provided. This is the total amount that comes across, and the way the format for the previous one and this one has differed. If you look at it, it doesn't matter whether the format is on this way or that way. It is not confined towards format because we use AI to extract the data. Now we will run this. We go to bin folder and we run. Now here in Tally, where we have to look at it is, we have to look under UTZ supplier. The second one is also completed. So we will go and look at this entries. The first entry has been captured here. So if you look at it, it is at supplier. The invoice number is there and it is captured as 555132 and it is a purchase being extracted into multiple images across. This is because we wanted to execute it on a controlled way and also have a better clarity also. We do two or three things in this case. First and foremost thing is on each of these flows, if there is a PDF, it gets converted into a image, and from the image we get it. We extract the data. And in the bank statements, there are around say 15 or 20 lines or 30 lines. Each line becomes a transaction or an entry into the system. So because of which it is preferable to handle it page by page from a accuracy as well as from a execution perspective. Most importantly, we also do one more thing. If you look at this, or let me take another one. Say, one second, let me go to this. Let me open this image as an input. Yes. If you look at it, all the entries are primarily from a jewelry sales perspective, but there is one entry called as salary. So this kind of a scenario, what happens is a lot of scenarios will come similar to this. where a manual categorization of where each ledger it has to go to has to be categorized. What we have done is when we analyze this through AI, we also categorize it into sales, purchase, cash, expense, and also contra. So four or five categories we categorize it across, customize it, and we can customize all of these things are customizable, and we customize it and then we store it. When we generate this, and based on that, if it is a sales, then it goes into sales ledger, or if it is a purchase, it goes into the purchase ledger, or from a cash or an expense perspective, it gets captured accordingly. So we want to show this scenario. If you look at it, a typical scenario consists of so many entries. So manually, if you enter each of these entries one by one, you have to look at it and choose different ledgers and enter it across. This is getting auto implemented across using our AI auditor. So to run this, again, as I mentioned previously, I'll just click on this bank statements to tally. It will take this called as XYZ banks, jewelry expense, jewelry purchase, and jewelry sales. Remember, I told you previously. Now for the bank statement, we are assuming GreyBudz as a company, as a jewelry shop, which is executing this or importing this data from the bank. So this is how the entries are coming in, and you look at it, all the entries are getting captured. And one of the key entries, as I mentioned before, where there is a 9 lakhs cash that has been used, it is captured in a different format under a different ledger. This comes under the drawings as a capital account, and this kind of a entry gets captured across and categorized automatically. Now, again, this is because this account is in OD, and it is in a negative, which is shown as in red color. So bank entries are also captured in a similar format. Now I'll also show typically here. So drawings gets captured, and also if you look at it, most of them are because of the sales in nature, jewelry sales. It gets captured here as